generation. We move pursuit elevation. We bring the taste of the nation. Fuck rules, this is true salvation. This is the new generation.
Today, friends, I am talking about Get the Fuck Outside. Yes! It is actually a company from Okotoks, Alberta called GTFO. Get the Fuck Outside. If you want to find them on the internet, they are at gtf-outside.company. They are a wonderful apparel company. I love wearing their gear. I'm actually an ambassador from them. However, their mission is to end the silence around mental health stigmas. This is why I joined as an ambassador, because it's in such alignment with me and my podcast. They donate to so many mental health organizations by continuing to talk and share about mental health issues while also providing this wonderful apparel for their mission, which is just to get people outside. Because when we are outside, we are happier. We're smiling more. We're receiving all the beautiful vitamin D, serotonins, all that kind of good stuff. It's really a simple concept. It is a beautiful concept. So that is why I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it because this is giveaway number 2. Yes, I have 4 items that I will share in this episode that I am once again sharing the magic, gifting to you. I love it. I absolutely love it. 3, it allows me to swear more on this episode. Fuck. Honestly. Really, it actually doesn't really stop me from swearing more. I mean, because I just swear whenever I want to on my episodes because I do. They're my episodes. So there we go. Friends, please enter into this contest. I will share how to enter into the contest in this episode. You're listening to the Happy Pill Podcast with Ursula Yerdun, a podcast about sharing my trials through trauma and mental health issues. This may be my journey, but I'm not alone in these issues. Thank you for listening. So there is that awesome cue sound again, my friends. You know, I actually still debate if I should keep that sound or get rid of it. It's so overly dramatic, but then I think, nah, it's kind of funny. I'm going to keep it. During this episode, you will hear this cue code sound, and you'll want to use that code to enter into this GTFO giveaway. This contest will go till the end of February. Fuck. There we go. There's another reason to use an F. February, the end of this month, where I will announce the winners on February 28th. Okay. And I have to say, so I want to start off, friends, by just how did I even come into contact with GTFO? And a couple of years ago, my partner and I, we went to this outdoor convention that was here in Calgary. And when I say outdoors, it wasn't actually outdoors. It was like in a convention center. But it had all these outdoor gears. There was bikes and boats and trailers and tents and hiking gear and you name it. It was all there. And so as we were walking down one of these aisles, my partner came across the GTFO booth. And then she said to me, she's like, oh, I love these guys. I follow them on Instagram. You would like them, babe. They're all about mental health. And bam, that was it. Like, we went to the booth and we purchased some awesome items because really, I just not only loved the look of them, you know, I loved what they were going to be branding, which was about mental health. So I came home and I did some research, and right away, right on their front page, it says their purpose and mission. And I'm actually just going to quote it here. To end the silence around mental health and bring awareness to the benefits of getting outside. From every purchase made, a portion is donated to various mental health organizations, the Grizzly Foundations, and cleaning up our community. There we go. Let's end the silence together. I love it. So it was so in alignment with me and my podcast, as you heard me talk about earlier. I actually asked them if I could be an ambassador. And if you're considering this, you can literally go right onto their website and they'll have a section there that says ambassador, and you can fill out the forms and become a GTFO ambassador. So I'm starting to meet even more like-minded people like me just by being an ambassador. So this is something that is really important to me, and that's why I wanted to continue to share the magic and offer these gifts to you, my listeners. Why this was important for me to join GTFO is because, friends, you know my history and you know my depression if you've listened to these episodes. And being depressed can really keep me so tired, exhausted, lethargic, and very unwilling to go outside. And when I'm talking outside, excuse my chair if you're hearing that squeaking sound, when I'm talking about going outside, it's not only just to go out into nature, into the mountains, which I love doing, and it's so close to Calgary, why would I not go? Depression really made me not want to go. The sadness, I lost joy of going outside. I lost the joy of nature. And every time I actually do go out there, I do feel better. I love feeling better. However, it's the motivation to get out there. That is the struggle that I have with my depression. I find it bothersome. I find it irritating. I find it really frustrating. So, becoming an ambassador and being a part of GTFO, I just want to take in for myself the importance of getting outside. I can take my dog into the backyard. I take little Miss Olive. We go out there and we play frisbee and catch. Well, really, she's doing all the running. I'm just doing all the tossing. That's how it works. But being outside, even just for a few minutes, just in the backyard, it's already helping me. And it's like, oh, yeah, I remember why I would go outside more often. I used to be an avid hiker and snowshoer. These are things I love to do. I mean, I did some rock climbing once, very, very seldom. I did one ice climb once, not so much. And I used to work at a company called Mountain Equipment Co-op, and I would get out a lot. There was a lot of people. We would do it together. We would do some climbing, indoor climbing. I did once outside rock climbing, really cool. I've never done it since then again, but I also did cross-country skiing. I did that for a little bit until I was like, I really don't like falling, and I fall a lot. And those little tracks, they keep my feet kind of stuck in the narrow, and if I'm slightly going off because I got big feet and big skis and then I'm tripping on the side, I just didn't like that. Skiing really isn't my jam, but I was outside a lot. And I loved it. I loved it. But as these PTSD conditions started to worsen, really since 2019, my motivation for going outside has diminished. I can't even tell you how many, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. One thing I found to be really frustrating for me also was the fact that I couldn't recover from any kind of outing that I did in nature. So even if I would spend the day out there and I do, maybe 8 to 10 kilometer hike or snowshoe or something, or any kind of event where I'm really exerting myself and sweating and doing all of that good stuff, which makes my body feel good. But what happens to me at night is the fact that I can't sleep. It actually makes it worse for me to sleep. So here is why. So even though my body is absolutely exhausted and I have the idea like, oh my God, I'm so tired now, like I could just totally sleep forever. No. What happens with the PTSD and that severe chronic insomnia is the combination that my mind is still in the fight or flight mode. So it always has to be on alert and protective. So when I'm that tired, I actually don't sleep. In fact, I sleep far worse than ever. So when I was exhausted from the event, the next day and the next couple of days, I really pay for it because I don't get to sleep. That's the drawback of going out and loving being part of nature and loving doing all of these things. However, the physical impact, the mental impact that I suffer with afterwards makes it really difficult. And then it also just, adds into the depression as well. It's like, well, what's the point of going out if I literally can't rest afterwards? Like I feel good in that moment, but I really suffer for it afterwards. So constantly being in that fight or flight mode is just so exhausting. And all of this just compounded over years of doing this it really affects my motivation. It really affects my drive to want to go out because I love being out and I love being active. I would rather be active out in nature than going to the gym. That's just how I would prefer it. But I just suffer for it. I really, really suffer for it. So even though now I have the diagnoses of the severe chronic insomnia and everything like that, it doesn't make it any easier. And because the symptoms have really pronounced themselves in these past few years, it makes it that much harder. So what I also love just with GTFO is the fact that, even if I'm just looking at their pictures that they're posting and, the wonderful things that everyone is doing, and they're sharing their photos, their outings, and also sharing their personal stories of anxiety and depression, I get to see these wonderful photos, and that even just makes me feel like, just looking at them, I feel better. I love that. I just love that. So I feel like I'm in a bit of a conundrum, right? I want to be out there, but then also until I can really get this sleeping sorted out, which has plagued me my entire life, it's challenging. It is very, very challenging. Here is your cue code. #end the silence. Part of my healing as well, I'm also working with a nurse at the moment to not only work on my diet and lower my blood sugar levels, it's also about exercising and getting out. And so I was telling her the other day and saying, oh, well, my partner does karate. She loves karate and wants me to be a part of it. And she was like, oh my God, no. Like, you are so not ready for that yet. And I was a little bit surprised by that. She's like, just an hour of karate a week really could set you back, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. And I thought, really? Because I was like, it's actually a 2-hour class, 2 days a week. So, part of my wanting to go out and do this is the fact that I've always actually wanted to do karate. Since I was a little girl, actually about 10 or 12 years old, I wanted to do it. So I thought, well, this might just be a good opportunity to finally go out, get active, do something, and also learn some self-defense. That would be amazing. Nope. My nurse just absolutely annexed that idea. She says, no. We want to start you off small. So you go and walk for 10 minutes a day. Just take your dog out, walk for 10 minutes a day, and that is it. Nothing overly strenuous at all, because it's actually going to have a negative impact on me. She said, that is a great goal to have, and that is something that we can work towards. But right now, you just need 10 minutes of walking, and that's it. I was actually surprised by the information. So I have been doing that, and holy sure as shit was she right. Like, I literally have been exhausted. I've been, taking Olive back to her classes, her service dog and training classes. That's exhausting because so much focus has to go on Olive. And then especially if I'm in a public environment where, she has to learn how to deal with the public, absolutely exhausting. Then you add the walking, and then, just my everyday depression that I'm working through. It is really quite exhausting. So I'm like, oh yeah, she's right. Yep, just 10 minutes a day. And so getting Olive in February of 2021, oh my good gosh, we're coming up to her first I Gotcha Day. Yay! And that's really exciting. But let me tell you, friends, was that ever anxiety inducing? Oh my goodness. She's over a year now, so we're back in her classes again, which is great. She's calmed down a little bit, but she's still a young pup, and it is getting me outside. She's getting me outside a little bit, which is great. She is so good for my heart. I have to say, I just love that. We've been taking her out. We took her out, I think, a couple of times this year already for a snowshoe. That was interesting and fun. Let me tell you, wow. She right off the track and into like this massive pile of snow, and she just loves it. And you know what? That just brings joy to my heart. Just seeing her explore and have this innocent wonder about her. And I just absolutely love that. Okay, let's talk about these giveaways. I am so excited. So what do I have? I have 4 t-shirts. One of them is an extra large ladies long sleeve that has the Get the Fuck Outside name and logo. It's such a beautiful logo. And I love the color. It's like a teal logo on the gray shirt. Oh, it's just so beautiful. And I've got a decal to go with it. It's a nice decal. It's got a beautiful grizzly bear on there with their logo. And then I've got 2 more t-shirts. These are unisex, but they are both in large size. They have, oh gosh, I love this logo. It's like looking at the tree rings, and there's a mountain inside, and it's also in the shape of a grizzly bear. Love it. There are 2 of those, And I've also got one that I believe is actually one of their original t-shirts because it has a different logo on the front with their main GTFO logo on the back. It comes with a toque. Yes, I'm Canadian. It does come with a toque and a decal. So every shirt will come with a decal. The original shirt, the original t-shirt is also in a large. It will come with the toque and the decal. I love it. So how do you enter into this contest? Really simple. Go to my Instagram account at the Happy Pill Podcast. Nice and simple. In this post, it will be pinned to the top. You'll see the pictures and everything. Like the post. In the comment section, hashtag the code that I mentioned in this episode previously. 3, follow the Happy Pill Podcast and GTFO Outside. This is a wonderful company and organization. I feel so proud to be a part of it. I hope all of you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the gifts because I'd love to give them away. And this time I'd like to give them away to more than just one person. There can be 4 winners. The last winner of the WWF, yay, got them all. Awesome. I do have to mention one thing right now is that my TikTok is kind of a work in progress. It's not up right now. I've got some account issues going on. So currently I will not be posting on there. This will only be on my Instagram account. So there we have it. Like I said, this will be pinned to the top. We have till the end of this month, February. February. Good God. Why am I having such a hard time with that word? February, whatever. I should have chosen March. That would have been better. Anyway, friends, thank you for listening. I will talk to you next time. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you require more support and information on depression, please contact your local healthcare provider, distress center, or in Canada, go to canada.ca and search mental health support, get help.